Easter eggs and secrets are a staple of the Assassin's Creed franchise, and Assassin's Creed Shadows is no different. While it may be a lighter serving than the previous games, there's still some great Easter eggs to be found in Shadows. I've done my absolute best to cover up all of the Easter eggs that have currently been found in the game, and put them all into this one handy video. So let's get to it. Let's start the controversy early by saying I've never watched Demon Slayer. In fact, I've never watched any anime, so I'm not an expert on this next topic. But what I do know is Easter eggs, and Assassin's Creed Shadows definitely has a Demon Slayer Easter egg. Kind of. Let me explain. Near Katsuragi, in the Yamato region, you can find the Path of Secrets. This is essentially just a parkour challenge that ends with some nice loot. There's a few of these all throughout the world, and they're pretty good fun to complete. But what we're actually interested in is what you can find at the end of the Path of Secrets. Here we can see a giant boulder that's pretty clearly been split in half, maybe even by a blade. This boulder is likely a reference to this iconic scene from Demon Slayer. Now that seems like a pretty cut and dry Easter egg, but remember when I told you that you can find these hidden paths in other places too? Well, it turns out that those other places also have split boulders. So maybe this isn't as unique as it first seems. While potentially still a reference to Demon Slayer, these boulders are also a reference to the real-life Itoseki split boulder, which is found in Nara. Or there's even another split boulder, this time at the Haban Shrine. So I think it's actually more safe to say that these split boulders are just a part of Japanese culture in general. Assassin's Creed Shadows wouldn't be a game set in Japan if it didn't have at least some kind of reference to the absolute GOAT of Japanese culture, the Kaiju. Shadows does indeed have its very own Kaiju Easter egg, which can be found nearby Asuka Rocks in the Yamato region. In this area, what you'll find is a small lake, but more importantly, on the lakeside will be a stone statue of a Kaiju. It's a pretty strange design, looking like a cross somewhere between a gorilla and a shark, which I guess makes it a pretty great Kaiju design really. Now I will admit I am something of an uncultured swine, so I'm not sure if this is actually a reference to another Kaiju or monster from, real life media. So if you recognise this guy, make sure that you let me know in the comments below. Okay, just before we continue, I'd love it if you would all just help me out with something for a moment. The YouTube algorithm is a right bastard, and I'm constantly fighting with it just to get my videos seen. So if you're enjoying this video and would like to help me out, a like and a comment are massively appreciated. And if you are really enjoying this video, you could also subscribe, and then you might even get notified when I do a new video. But knowing YouTube, you probably won't. Anyway, back to the Easter eggs. The Spartan kick ability is a special attack that first appeared in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and is now returning in Shadows. The kick, which can only be performed by Yasuke, is itself a reference to this iconic scene from the movie 300.
Madness. This is Sparta!
Now, keep in mind that line of dialogue.
This is Sparta!
So, when we're playing as Yasuke, find any enemy, but they need to be in a suitably high place, and then use your kick ability to send them over the edge. After which, you'll receive this achievement. Another Easter egg achievement references one of the most infamous memes in gaming history, originating from the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim.
I used to be an adventurer like you. Then I took an arrow in the knee.
All you need to do to earn this achievement is, while playing as Yasuke, grab his bow and take aim at an enemy's knee. Throughout Assassin's Creed Shadows' rendition of Japan, you can find and explore secret tombs. In-game, these tombs are called kofun, which does roughly translate to tomb in Japanese. The very first time that you explore one of these tombs and pillage its final loot for yourself, you will receive the Kofun Raider achievement, a pretty clear reference to Tomb Raider. It feels like most of Shadow's Easter eggs are actually found in the achievements, as here's yet another one, which this time you unlock by completing a contract in every single region. The achievement is called Would You Kindly and is a reference to the iconic line from the very first Bioshock game.
Would you kindly? Powerful phrase. Familiar phrase.
Would you kindly? Would you kindly get this? Would you kindly find that? Would you kindly find that? Would you kindly find it? Would you kindly get this? Would you kindly head to Ryan's office and kill the son of a bitch?
If you want to get yourself a cute little pet cat, or better yet, a kitten in Assassin's Creed Shadows, here's how. While it is possible to find cats randomly throughout the entire game, it's a lot easier if we just head to Cat Island, and since it's also an Easter egg, we'll be killing two birds with one stone. Cat Island is actually called Okashima, and is found in the middle of Lake Biwa in the Omi region. This island is likely a reference to the very real Ao Island in Japan, which is also more commonly known as Cat Island. It's not hard to tell why either, as soon as you arrive on the island, you'll find yourself surrounded by cats, and a surprising amount of kittens. All you need to do to gain them as a pet for your hideout is pet them, so I'm sure many of you will just do this by accident. Now make sure that you do interact with every different breed of cat on the island, because as they say, gotta catch 'em all. All that's left to do is head back to your hideout and go on over to the build menu. In the menu, you'll now be able to find a list of all the animals you've encountered in your playthrough, and then you're able to place them in your hideout. Last but not least, let's just head over and say hello to our new furry friends.
Hello, kitty.
Various vendors throughout Assassin's Creed Shadows sell all sorts of things, from weapons to building materials, and a few of them even sell new mounts. One such mount is a horse named Ringo, whose description reads,
This good apple steadily prances on beat.
This is a pretty clear reference to Ringo Starr, lead drummer of the Beatles. During your adventures in Assassin's Creed Shadows, there's a chance that along the roads you'll encounter a man lamenting the recent loss of his radishes.
My radishes! My precious radishes!
If this is something that seems somewhat familiar to you, that may be because you've seen a very similar situation before in Avatar: The Last Airbender.
My cabbages! This place is worse than Omashu!
A much more subtle Easter egg is seen in the way that Nawe runs along rooftops. While not exactly the same, it was confirmed by the game's developers that this run is inspired by the iconic Naruto Run. Here we go again. No matter what game we play, there always seems to be a Dark Souls bonfire Easter egg. And Assassin's Creed Shadows is no different. This one is found in the far south of the map along a coastal path. As always, what you'll find here is a sword embedded in a campfire, which, if you don't know, and I don't know how you wouldn't know, is a direct reference to the bonfires that you see in Dark Souls games. Well, there we have it. It is a pretty light offering of Easter eggs this year, especially for an Assassin's Creed game. I'm not entirely convinced that the community is finished exploring the game world just yet, so there is very likely still some more Easter eggs out there to be found. But at the time of posting this video, this is all there is, and hopefully this was all of the Easter eggs in Assassin's Creed Shadows. Like I say, if there are any more Easter eggs that have been found, I would really appreciate if you would let me know in the comments below. I will make sure I reply to every single one of you.